No way.
There he goes.
Dude. That was so fast. No way.
How's that?
What?
Hey everybody, welcome to Mountain Deer. It's always a good idea to have some kind of fire starter with you when you're in the big woods, right? Part of your survival gear. There's quite a few different ways of building a fire, quite a few different ways of getting it to last, and also to how to start it and carry it with you. And the other day we came across these kind of cool little survival straps that we got, and it has a compass on it and a whistle. You can blow on the whistles for like rescue. It has a flint and a steel built right on the inside of it. We have one of those. It has some paracord built right into it, and kind of a neat little thing, little gadget that we got. A lot of times too, the other thing I like to have with me, of course, is some tissue of some kind in a plastic bag. The plastic bag, you can put water in it and maybe start a fire with that if you really super had to. That's one to practice. The tissue, of course, we know what tissues are good for, between the nose and
the second best thing they're for.
The second best thing they're for. The third is, of course, a lighter fuel of some kind, and it works pretty good. I'll just take a small chunk of it. This time of year it's been super dry, so I don't want to go too crazy with it, but basically it's just a case of getting it there, putting a few sparks in it, nice and steady. Oh, there we go. Keep it warm. Have plenty of fuel on standby. Have some bigger stuff right there. I like to build it right up against a lot of bigger wood so that it's got some fuel and it can get going. Try and build it where you can keep it under control, right? And a fire can be a friend. It can be a signal device, and it can be a good thing if you're done right and in the right place. Make sure you're checking where you are. I mean, you can't just go and do it because you feel like it, but it's good to practice, and it's an extra skill that you want to do. And we'll, of course, compare it to lighters and matches and all the other different ways to do it. Yesterday, I almost had it going with my sunglasses, and then you know what showed up? The clouds. It's a lot of fun. It's something to practice. Try it when it's raining. Try it in the pitch dark. You know, test your skills a little bit, because it could actually save your life. But it works pretty easy. Not a great lot to it. And that little bit of starter, having some on standby, everything ready to go to help it out a little bit. When it's really super windy, you need a huge fire, and there's only so much good, you know, fire can do you. So stay warm, stay dry with your clothing. That's your best way. And then after that, then you work with the fire and everything else. I also like to carry a big construction plastic bag with me. And if I was hurt or something, I could cut the corner of the plastic bag off, the bottom corner of it, and then pull it right over me and have my face sticking out of it. And it could rain all night or whatever, and I could breathe and be nice and warm, and it'll hold in the heat and it'll keep me dry. So that's another part of my survival gear I like to have, is a big, huge construction bag, like a 6-footer, a nice big one.
Let's be honest, flint and steel is great, but it's supplemental. Yeah. You bring a lighter and a flint and steel in case something happens.
That's right. The lighter is the best way, and if you can keep it dry, keep your lighter right inside with that, and keep it all dry. Then if you fell down in a brook or you get soaking wet for some reason, that's usually when you need a fire, is when you've been wet. So staying dry is key in the outdoors.
No way.
There he goes.
Dude. That was so fast. No way.
How's that?
What? And I reacted slow to turn that off. That was 10 seconds with a flint and steel, man.
Yeah, if you keep like just one sheet of paper, like toilet paper or paper towel.
It heats up quicker.
And, yeah, and you hold the flat,
jeez,
the scratcher down near it, and then just strike the metal. And don't go too hard, just kind of go easy and sand it just a little bit. Yep. And it'll cast the sparkler right onto it, and and you kind of contain a little bit, and it'll heat right up. A lot of times it's on fire and you don't even know it.
Yeah.
And it starts spreading. You pull away quickly and it puts a flame out.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Like a candle. You just get near it and poof.
Nice.
Yep.
That was good.
Okay.
All right.
We know how fast a lighter is.
Yeah. Well, we got to do it.
Done.
We got to do it. Well, then let's do matches. You got matches in your coat?
Yeah, okay.
We might as well compare all 3 of them. Cause that was stupid. It was like 8 seconds. It took me like a whole second to shut the thing off. That was fast. Wow.
Yeah, just boom, boom.
That was really good, man.
Like 3 or 4 strikes and it went.
Yep. Those are good.
And
that little thing
tiny
works
one.
good.
If you get a big one and you go, whoo, and
Oh,
the big
yeah.
stuff comes off, you'll do it on the first strike.
See, his is camo though.
That must be
Beagle, orange and camo. Looks like a beagle coat. Only way to go.
Okay, you said you put a paper in here.
I don't know. Do you keep it? Yeah, there's a paper in there. There's a striker. Because those are not strike anywhere matches. Those are actually the ones you want though. Strike anywhere better.
Strike anywheres are the ones.
For sure.
So I don't have any of those, but we've got just an ordinary match. The other thing that can be real handy for you to carry with you is a candle. If you light it and you get the candle going really nice and easy, the candle will continue to burn. And you can use that to help promote
Oh, that's
your fire.
true. Candle's easier than lighting more matches.
And like you can also light it and it'll give you light. Right?
That's
if it's
good.
dark.
That's a good point too.
Right? And it'll help you get things together and it'll shine a light on things. So like if you didn't have anything and you had a candle.
Nice.
Kind of like
that's a good idea.
One candle power.
Yeah.
Right?
Get that thing set up. We'll get our timer back out. Timer is set. Are you ready?
I guess.
Your mark is set. Go.
Oh,
oh no, that doesn't matter. Go for it. Wow, those matches aren't very good.
Oh my God.
You can do it.
Some entertainment value.
Oh, there it is. That burns hot instantly though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all, man.
The curlicue, run it right inside the curlicue and that kind of protects it and lets the heat go and it keeps your match from going out.
Yeah.
Crumbling, and that's why you need quite a few matches, because if they're wet, if you're super cold and you're shaking,
yeah,
like you could break them and get frustrated, right? Staying calm, cool, and collected, right?
Yep.
So again, when you're testing yourself, especially under tougher circumstances, that's a great idea.
Really the best thing to do.
I don't like this setup. I mean, it's better than nothing, and it can be a second way, but yeah.
The best thing to do is to have all three. Have flint matches and a lighter, because you know what I mean? And it's not like they take up a lot of space. I mean,
they don't waste
that
a lot.
goes on your wrist.
Right.
Those fit in your pocket, and a lighter is only like, you know.
Good old white birch. I mean, it can be soaking wet, and you dunk this in water, pull it right out, shake it off, dry it up a little bit, light it on fire, and it'll go. It's got an oil in it, and the oil helps it burn.
Oh, okay.
Is it like goes right along?
It's the sap of it, or just the oil inside the bark?
I think it's like an oil inside the bark. I'm not sure, but it burns.
Either way,
when it's wet.
Doesn't matter. It burns.
And a yellow birch, like the has smaller, fluffier bark.
Yep.
And that smaller, fluffier stuff, if you have like a handful of it, and the flint goes into that, whoom, that goes right up really good too.
Yep.
Yep. Remember, wood has to make it to 500 degrees in order to burn. So if you have a giant chunk, it's going to take a long time to get that whole thing to 500 degrees so it starts burning. So when you start with the smallest, finest, driest wood and you have a nice big supply of it, right up against a big supply of little wood, and bigger stuff, and I like to build it right up against a good big pile. I get all kinds of big fuel, get lots of stuff there ready to go, nice and solid and stable and protect it from the wind, and then have even a bark of a plate of some kind that you can light your initial on and get it started and slide it right in underneath things.
Yep.
Use the heat to warm up the rest of the wood, because of course you need fuel, you need a fire source of some kind, and you need heat in order for things to burn. It doesn't beat insulation.
Clothes are always better.
That's right. This is your survival gear. All your clothing and how well it holds the heat is everything.
Yep.
It's to hold that air on the inside, and of course when it gets soaking wet, now it doesn't hold the air so good, and you get direct and it just boom, right out. Yep.
Yeah, and if you're gonna make a fire when you do leave, make sure it's all the way out. We don't need any more of that.
No.
No, we don't.
We burned enough of this country already.
Yeah.
We're good. So, practice your fire building skills. Do it with the kids, do it with the wife. Practice it in the rain, practice it in the winter, try it a little bit everywhere, and once you get used to it and you can do it on a steady basis, it'll give you confidence and you'll feel so much better about yourself, and of course it could save your life. Most of the time, if you end up having to spend the night in the woods for some reason, it's usually because you're hurt. You fell down, you hurt your arm. Most of the time you fall, you would hurt your dominant arm, right? Try practice building a fire with just your left arm. Right? All those things may come into play.
That's actually a good point,
right?
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of things that like tumble into an effect and end up affecting what's going on, and things can get out of control a step at a time, and next thing you know, you're in deep.
It's snowballed. Yeah.
You know, when you practice it all and you get real familiar with your tools and you're confident about it, I'm pretty confident I can build a fire in the woods anywhere at any time. It may take me a little longer on some days.
Then what, 8 or 9 seconds? That's pretty quick.
Yeah, sometimes it all works out pretty nice. But keeping that lighter dry and keeping some fuel on you of some kind to get it going, don't take too long and you'll have everything good. If you like this video, you know, like and subscribe. And what may seem easy sometimes is a blast to do. And at first you think, it's no big deal. You know, you just do this a couple times and away it goes. Yeah. Well, learning and practicing it, especially for children or younger people, or
new hunters want to practice this stuff.
Yeah, and they will feel so good being able to do that. Everybody's way more satisfied in life when they get better at doing something. So have fun out there. Take care. Happy fall.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button if you like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you in the next video.